So I've already messed up. I was making my bullet journal, and right on the first page, I wrote 2020 instead of 21. And then I had to do the awkward thing where you like draw over the 0 and you try to make a 1 out of the 0. You try to pretend like you didn't make a mistake, but it's very obvious that you did because you can't make a 1 out of a 0. We're off to a great start. Hi everybody, my name is Victoria. Welcome back to my channel. I am really excited to start new books and just start a new year. And I have so many fun readathon reading plans, read-along plans, and I want to participate in everything, and my TBR reflects that a little bit. It's definitely a bit of an overloaded TBR, even though I told myself I wasn't going to overload my TBR. Well, it has happened. New year, same me. So this is a bit more of a list of books that I would like to get to in January, but most likely I'll only get to like 4 or 5 of them. I think I have like 8 books here, so we'll see how it goes, but these are the things that I would like to read in the month of January, or at least get started on reading them. So the first item is Rhythm of War, because we absolutely need to finish this book. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit upset at myself that I didn't finish this in December. I really wanted to finish this in the year 2020, but it's a lot of book and it just didn't happen. I'm making progress a little bit every day, but I'm making slow progress so far. So this is definitely going to be a January project. I am liking it. I had a little bit of a hiccup when starting it. I actually started it, got like 10 or 11 chapters in, and then had to restart it because I had put it down, and the world is just too big to like have other stories in my mind. Like I have to just be in this world to make sure I soak in everything. And so I had a little bit of a false start with this one, which is one of the reasons why I'm still near the beginning. Not quite halfway through. I think I'm like 30% through. But I'm liking it. I just had to kind of restart it and backtrack a little bit because I had forgotten some things already. But this will be finished in January. It has to be. This is the priority number 1. Next up is a carryover book from July, if you can believe that. I wanted to read this in July for Jane Austen July. It's Pride and Prejudice. It has been on my Goodreads now for a little while. It's been on my Goodreads as I'm currently reading it since July, and I need to get it off of my Goodreads because that's silly. I have not been reading this since July. I picked it up and then read a chapter and then didn't make any more progress. So we are definitely going to be reading Pride and Prejudice this month. I'm also really excited to do this as part of a year-long read-along, which if you don't know about it, I will have that linked down below. A booktuber named Elena the Great is her channel, is hosting a year-long read-along of all the Jane Austen novels, and they are reading all 6 of her major works, and starting with Pride and Prejudice in January. And then what they're doing is, on the off months, they're going to be reading retellings. So I'm not sure I'm going to be participating in the retellings, or maybe just some of them. I haven't decided yet. But I do want to participate in reading all 6 Jane Austen novels because I have never done that. I've read Emma, and I have read Pride and Prejudice, but it was like super long time ago, and it was on audio. I'm super familiar with the story though, and I love the Pride and Prejudice 2005 movie. I've seen countless movie retellings of Pride and Prejudice, but I do want to physically sit down and read the book. So for this read-along that is hosted by Elena the Great, January is Pride and Prejudice, and then February is a retelling, I think Pride by an author I can't remember. And then after that, they are going to alternate between classic retelling, and they're doing that all the way until December. So if that sounds like fun to you, there's a Discord group. I will link the Discord down below for you. So you can just jump into that Discord if you're ready, and I will link Elena's channel and her announcement as well. Next up, something that I really want to do is stay on top of Michael Knipp's Patreon Buddy Reads. I really enjoy reading along with that group and talking to everybody. And this month, I almost said this year, this month the pick is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and I luckily already owned this and it's been on my physical TBR for a long time, so I was super stoked about this being the pick. I think there's also either a film or TV adaptation that I've heard either came out or is coming out. I'm not sure, but I definitely want to read it before I watch the film/TV show, so I'm super excited that this was his buddy read pick, and yeah, I don't know a lot about it. It's perhaps considered a modern classic, and that just makes me super happy because I'm all about the classics this month. I have quite a few classics on the docket. I think this also has some spooky vibes from what I've seen, and I'm also feeling the spooky vibes in the winter time. I don't know why. Winter makes me think of haunted houses and scary things, and I don't know why that is rather than October, but in the winter, I kind of want to be scared in the winter. I don't know why. This next book, I will admit, is one of my long shot books, but if I have time for it, I really want to read this with this wonderful group of people. Codex Cantina is hosting this read-along, along with Christy from Dostoevsky in Space, and then also Noah from Everyone Who Reads It Must Converse, and there's like a bunch of people that are doing this buddy read. I would love to read along with them because this is another one that I own. It's been on my physical TBR for at least a year, probably longer than a year, and I would really like to get to it. Another one I don't know a lot about, but it is a very famous classic that I would like to get to. I've never read anything by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Oh, and I didn't tell you the book. This is 100 Years of Solitude. I'm a terrible booktuber, guys. I don't even know why you're watching. This is definitely one of his most famous books, and I'm super curious about this one. I've heard great things about this author, and I really want to read along with this group, and I'm going to try my very, very hardest. I will link that read-along information down below as well. This next one is one that I'm definitely going to get to, and it's about time. I'm buddy reading this one with Amanda from her PNW W8 Life. And this is the recent Hunger Games book that came out last year, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Quite a mouthful of a title to say, by Suzanne Collins. And I actually bought this way back when it came out and then never got around to it. I've heard mixed things. Honestly, I think I've heard a little bit more negative things than I've heard positive at this point. It didn't have rave reviews necessarily. It follows a young President Snow, which seems like a weird character to flash back to, but let's try it. I'm interested in seeing what happens with this book and what she does with these characters, and should be fascinating, and I'm excited to buddy read something with Amanda. This is the first time I'm buddy reading with her, so really excited to get to do that. This next book, I know I'm not going to finish in January because it's humongous, and I just really want to start it and begin chipping away at it, and that is Washington, A Life by Ron Chernow. Chernow. So this came about because Ramsey from the channel Rajathon wanted to start a presidential read-along, and as soon as I heard about that, I was like, yes, Ramsey, I want to do that with you too, because I just really enjoy history and nonfiction, even though it doesn't super reflect in what I've been reading in this past year or two, but it is something that I'm really interested in. I feel like I was jilted a little bit by U.S. history because my AP U.S. history teacher was not that great, and I didn't enjoy that class very much, but I did love learning about history, even if I was a little bit bitter about U.S. history. So I would love to learn some more about U.S. history, get some details about all of the presidents. Ramsey's plan is to read a different biography every month or every other month. I think we're taking about a month and a half for this one. It might take me longer because I have a lot of other things I'm trying to get through as well. And also I'm super slow, but I do want to start it. I do want to try, even if I'm like way behind everybody else, I still want to read along and read some presidential biographies. I think this is going to be a fascinating project, and I'm just super stoked about it. And our discussions are happening in Ramsey's Discord, so I will link that down below for you as well. I'm going to be working my way through Nightmare by Chad Nicholas. The author emailed me and wanted to know if I wanted a free copy in order to do a review video, and I was so flattered that I was asked, and I was like, yes, I would love to. And this book is another spooky one. It sounds perfect for just like the mood I'm in. So this one will get a separate book review very soon, as I finish it. And I'm excited about this one, and thank you to Chad Nicholas for sending me a free copy. That was super awesome of you, and I can't wait to read this. Okay, last book. Very excited about this one. I'm definitely getting to this one in January because it's another buddy read. And I'm so excited to read this with Vish from Books with V. And we are going to read Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. One of my goals this year is to read through my Book of the Month books, which are sitting right behind me, and I'm behind on them. I have like 6 or 7 months of a backlog from Book of the Month. I really want to get caught up. My goal this year is to stay on top of them and read them a little bit more quickly and read them as soon as I get them, and also get through my backlog. So Home Before Dark is one that I picked long ago. I think it was one of the picks for summertime, like maybe July. And I've never read Riley Sager before. I know a lot of thriller readers really love Riley Sager, so I'm excited to try him out. I am not well versed in thrillers, so probably everything that happens in this will be a shock to me because I don't read a lot of thrillers, so I don't usually see things coming. I'm usually surprised by everything. So that should be fun for me. I know Vish has read quite a few different thrillers, and so hopefully this is one that we both enjoy, and I'm really excited to talk to her about it while we read it. That is my very ambitious January TBR. Let me know down below in the comments if you've read any of these, if you're particularly excited about me reading any of these, and I would also love to know what's the book you're most excited to get to in the month of January. That's it for me today. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your new year. I'm just so excited to read all the things with all the friends, and it's gonna be a great year, I think. Please consider subscribing if you want to follow with my bookish journey. I also have a Bookstagram account where you can interact with me, and also a Goodreads, and those are linked down below in the description. Also brand new is an email I'm going to link down below, and you can contact me for booktube specific things. That is what that email is for. So just created that, brand new. That's it for me today. I hope you're reading something awesome, and until next time, bye-bye.